Welcome to the Drone Evangelist. Be sure to like, share, and join us for fellowship afterwards. Y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Drone Evangelist. Now, as I mentioned, never wear a wet swimsuit in here. But today's scenario, a wet swimsuit is perfectly acceptable because we are on the water. Now, you've probably seen in the news, and it's getting worse and worse. People are they're all over drones. And they're all over drones in what I feel is an unacceptable fashion, because they're looking at irresponsible drone use. They're looking at things about drones that they feel are, unacceptable. Name this, name that. I'm not going to put any of the negativity into the spotlight, because Drone Evangelist, and Bubba would tell you if he was here. Bubba actually, he was going to be out on the boat, but he had to work with Larry on the parish hall. They got the wood in, and it ought to be erected here in hopefully about a week or so. So I'll keep you informed of that. But the main thing is just always remember that when you're out, even if you're not flying your drone, even if maybe you're going down the street to pick up an accessory for your drone or whatever. If you're not going down the street, obviously check out 400orbelow.com, because it's virtually down the street from everyone. But it's one of those situations you've always got to you've got to project the most positive image possible, because when you're out there, even if you've just got a case, maybe you don't even have your drone in it, people see that and they may feel threatened because of what they've seen on the media. And as we've mentioned previously, drones are not a threatening tool. They're not a threatening toy, whatever you want to deem it, however you want to deem that. I mean, it's the future, and what you've got to do is look past today, look past the negativity, and project positivity into the spotlight so that it puts negativity in the shadows. And that's what Drone Evangelist is all about, as you already know. It's not just me being the Drone Evangelist. It's you being an active drone hobbyist, going out and treating that drone in a responsible and recreational fashion. And by the act of you doing that, others are observing and they're saying, wow, I saw something like that on the news, but yours must be different. Why is this different than that? And then you can go in and say, well, actually the media are trying to project this in a negative way, and they've done a good job with it. But actually, this is a very safe and rewarding hobby, and it could potentially become something more in the future if irresponsible users don't overwhelm the media with content that is less than that's irresponsible. So you've got to look at it from the perspective that you're not just, obviously as early adopters, we're spending an abundance of money to participate in this hobby. It's not cheap. But like anything else, if it doesn't become outlawed, like anything else, the prices will drop. There'll be more competition. There'll be more vendors available, and as a result of that, it'll become a very affordable hobby. But if you're in it now, it's paramount that everything you do in a way that makes people realize that you're beyond responsible, because that's what's killing this hobby. This hobby is being devastated by people going out, and I won't even put their actions into the spotlight, but if you turn on the news, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. By attaching things to a drone that shouldn't be attached. By flying a drone in an area where it shouldn't be flown. By putting up a stupid act on YouTube, or not just YouTube, Vimeo, or maybe a website or a social media site, and showcasing something that's irresponsible. That's where the problem is. So as fellow drone evangelists, what I encourage everyone to do is spread the drone gospel. Share this with your neighbors, share this with your family. Encourage them to become part of the hobby, but encourage them to react in a way when and if they encounter someone that dislikes a drone, because inevitably, whether it's a toy, whether it's a job, whether it's a video game or whatever, a movie, people are going to have their own opinions, and not everyone is going to like the same thing you like. But what you got to do is not try to convert that person, because that, in essence, becomes conflict. What you've got to do, what you should do as a responsible fellow drone evangelist, is showcase the goodness of the hobby, and just, you know, put it out there. You know, fly that drone, you know, fly in a safe and responsible fashion, and show them that it's something fun. And you may be surprised. Their mentality may have been so distorted by the media that when they see what you're doing and see how much fun you're having, then the questions start to come in. Well, you know, that looks cool. You know, how do I get started? How can I do this? How can I do that? And they no longer feel threatened. They feel like, you know, this is something cool that they didn't know existed. It gets people outside. You're not playing a video game. You know, you're outside in nature, and you're flying recreationally and having a good time, just like I was earlier today, out on the lake, above the water. I mean, how much more of a fun day can one have than taking a drone out and flying over the water? And that's, as I've preached over and over, and I know this is just one of many sermons, but you should, nobody has to do anything, but you should spread positivity with others, because that's the only thing that's going to help us. I mean, we're going to get shut down. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're in. If irresponsibility overshadows the responsible use from a recreational perspective, it's going to become outlawed. If not outlawed, heavily regulated. And that's going to hamper evolution of drones. And drones are in their infancy. You know, as I mentioned over and over, we're in the bag cell phone days. You got a bag, you got a cell phone, you got poor reception, you're paying too much for that service. But you got it because you're an early adopter. Just like we are with drones today. We're early adopters, and it's of utmost importance that all of us spread the positive message. And hold on just a second. Oh, it's Bubba. Hey, hey, how's that? Oh, you got the wood in. Oh, you're still waiting on the shingles. When are they gonna be in? Oh man, hey, talk to me offline. We'll figure out how to get this up. So Claudia's gonna pass. Okay, great. I'll reach out to Claudia right now. Thank you. Hey everyone, Claudia. There you are. I appreciate it. You've been delegated to pass the link today. And again, tips are appreciated. They are not required. Again, tips were not required, but they are appreciated. Thanks again. And I'm going to conclude this by saying that it doesn't matter where you are, because obviously I try to be as casual as I can with this presentation, but it doesn't matter where you are. You always should share responsible and recreational drone use. So I appreciate the viewership. If you have not subscribed already, be sure to do so. It's droneevangelist.com. You can find all the episodes there, and then also you can subscribe to youtube.com/iReadStep. And I appreciate your viewership and sharing with others, and y'all have a good day and fly safely.